All right, the terms of a polynomial may be written in any order. Okay, so whenever you have a polynomial, right, that's made up of a lot of different, well, it can be made up of one monomial or it can be made up of multiple monomials, either added or subtracted together. And the order of how they're written doesn't really matter, right? However, polynomials that contain only one variable are usually written in standard form. Okay, so even though they can be written in any order, this is the way that it's usually written is standard form. So let's talk about what the standard form of a polynomial is. A standard form of a polynomial that contains one variable is written with the terms in order from greatest degree to the least degree. When written in standard form, the coefficient of the first term is called the leading coefficient. So let's say I had something like this. Like 3x cubed plus 2x squared plus x plus 7, okay? This would be an example of it written in standard form because if you look here, the degree is 3, here the degree is 2, here the degree is 1, and here the degree is 0. So the, and we're telling the degree, I know that my numbers in front just so happen, but that's not a coincidence. We're looking at the exponent. So the exponent is 3, so the degrees is 3, 2, this is a 1, and that's 0. So you put it in order from highest to lowest. So this has the highest degree, so it goes first, the next one, so on, okay? Now the leading coefficient is called the number in front of this, so we have our variable, right? So here's our variable, here's our variable, here's our variable, okay? A coefficient is a number in front of the variable. So here in front of x, is there a number there? Yes, there is a 1. So the coefficient of this one is 1. The coefficient, the number in front would be 2. 2 would be the coefficient. And here, the number in front is 3. Now, those are all coefficients, okay, the number in front of the variables. Now, the leading coefficient, that is the first term. So that's the, that is the coefficient that is attached or multiplied to the term that has the highest degree. So since x cubed has the highest degree here, the coefficient in front of it is 3, and so that's actually called the leading coefficient. It's the one in front, okay? So these are all coefficients, but the leading coefficient is the one, the number in front of the monomial that has the highest degree, which would be here. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and look at a few examples. So our first example, 3a here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have this lovely polynomial. We're going to write the polynomial in standard form, okay? So that means we're going to put the number that has the highest degree, we're going to, the monomial that has the highest degree, we're going to write that one first, and then, you know, in just sequential order from greatest to least. And then we're going to give the leading coefficient. Okay, so let's look at each one of these. 6x, that has a degree of 1. This has a degree of 5. Here we have a degree of 2. And this has a degree of 0. So we're just going to put them in order from greatest to least. So the highest degree here is negative 7x to the 5th power. The next one would be here, and it's positive. So we write plus 4x squared. And then we have this one. This 6x is positive, so we write plus 6x. And then finally here, plus 9. Okay, so that is in standard form, from the highest degree down to the least, and then the leading coefficient is the number in front of the monomial in this polynomial that has the highest degree. So x to the 5th has the highest degree, so the number in front would be negative 7. That would be the leading coefficient. Okay, do you guys see that? Do you get it? Do you understand? All right, let's go on to 3b. So here we have, this is our polynomial. We have kind of like 3 monomials that are all added or subtracted together. So first we have to define the degree of each. So the degree of this one is 2, the degree of this one is 6, the degree of this one is, right, there's 1, so it's 1. So we just put them in order from highest degree to lowest degree. So we start with y to the 6, and then that y squared is positive, so plus y squared minus 3y. Okay, so that's in standard form. And then the leading coefficient is going to be that number in front of the monomial that has the highest degree, which is right here. The number in front, there is no number in front, but when there's no number, we know that there's a 1 there. So the leading coefficient is 1. And there you have it. All right, now it is your turn to try some of these out on your own. So I want you to try, check it out, 3A and 3B. Okay, you're going to put them in standard form, and then just after you have it in standard form, you're going to state what that leading coefficient is. So here's my friend the pause dragon. Remind you to pause your device. Go ahead and work out these problems. When you get done, press play and we'll talk about them together. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, let's see how you did. So we want to put it in standard form. So we're going to look at the degree of each one of these little monomials here. So just a number has a degree of 0. Here we have a degree of 2. Here, degree of 5. And here we have a degree of 3, right? So we just go the greatest degree down to the least. So it's going to be x to the 5th plus 9x cubed minus 4x squared and plus 16. That 16 is positive. Okay, so that's in standard form. And then we just need to talk about what that leading coefficient is. That leading coefficient is the number in front of the highest degree, which is here, x to the 5th. The number that is here, there's no number, which means there's a 1, okay? So the leading coefficient is equal to 1. So if you got both of those right, perfect. Make sure you pay attention to the detail. It has to be in this exact order for it to be in standard form. All right, let's look at 3B. So again, we're just going to look at each one of these and determine the degree. So here we have a degree of 5. Here we have a degree of 8. We're just looking at those exponents, right? And here the exponent, there is no exponent, which means the exponent is 1. And then we just put them in order from highest degree to least. So negative 3y to the 8th. This is a positive. When there's no sign, you know it's positive. Plus 18y to the 5th power plus 14y. Okay, that's in standard form. And then we just need to say what the leading coefficient is, which is just that number in front of the highest degree. So y to the 8th is the highest degree. The number in front is negative 3. That is our leading coefficient. So if you got both of those right, yokodenkimashita, you did a wonderful job, and I'll see you in a little bit for example 4.